Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to my live stream. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. According to my computer, it is 12:17 in the PM Pacific Standard Time. We are going to talk about the car business, the UFC, and the life in general, and why all those three things have a lot in common. And just one and the same, just different dimensions. Again, welcome to my live stream. Let me introduce myself. My name is Andrei Lefebvre. I am a commercial fleet manager at Pointy Hills Nissan. We're located 16 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. If you drive down 60 freeway east and get off of Azusa freeway. Hi, Rick. Hi, Michael. Welcome to my live stream. Well, I have to say, we have some shenanigans going on politically in our country, which I really don't care business wise. I don't care one way or the other. If somebody comes to my office wearing a red MAGA hat, they're going to buy a car from me. And if somebody comes in wearing Antifa outfit or whatever, Democrat, the blue hat, they're going to buy a car from me. I really don't care one way or another. Let them fight it out. It has nothing to do with us making money. Whatever politics I have nothing to do with my business. We also have fires going on in the Southern California, Northern California, and Edison threatens to shut off electricity on us. And of course, that depresses the business a little bit. People don't feel as comfortable spending money. And this is not my first barbecue. I have been through 9/11. Build the wall, Rick says. Okay, so you're the MAGA wearing guy. Okay, Rick, we're good. Robert, welcome to my live stream. Let's see, Jose, welcome to my live stream. Forgive me, for some reason my eyes are not working well enough. So, understandably, because everything that's going on, it is I'm experiencing my inquiries, my leads, my requests for quotes fell probably by 2/3. And again, this is not my first barbecue. I went, remember 9/11, when for about 2 weeks there was nothing when actual 9/11 happened. I remember that and that September really well. Also, I remember the recession 12 years ago, dried everything up. But 14 years ago, I remember when San Bernardino burned down, half of it practically. I have seen downturns and certain tools we use. One of the tools that I use to keep my mind straight is that I have a favorite video. It is called Top 20 Knockouts in UFC History. I'll tell you what. Let me play some of it. You can go on YouTube and Google it. It's called Top 20 Knockouts in UFC History. Now, I'm not a UFC fighter. I mean, I've done some wrestling when I was younger, some boxing. Uh, I haven't sparred with anybody in any ways in quite a while. I do go to the gym, at least try to go to the gym every week. The point being, it's all in a mindset, and I have seen many trainers equate a boxing, wrestling, UFC with us, the salespeople, the business people, pinning us against the customers. And you know what? I feel that is absolutely wrong. And I'm going to tie everything together. So just stay with me and retweet, repost, and repost this live stream. I think we, for one thing or another, we are all fighting against chaos. I mean, we're not in full control of everything that we do. By no means we do. There disasters happen, accidents happen, we get ill, get cancer, so we can control only certain things. Now, if you look at those fighters, they have prepared for every bout. They spend a long time preparing. And this is why I find this video inspirational. It shows if you prepare, you can overcome. First of all, you can overcome yourself. Now, let me tell you why it's pertinent to what's happening today. The business is down. Those of us who are prepared for everything, we will weather it down. We may take some short-term losses, but we will win. I wanna make you an offer. When the business is down, when the good people with good credit who follow the news, who are not happy what's happening in Washington one way or the other, who look at the news and see the fires, so who look at the Northern California power company turning off electricity. They will probably, because people with good credit, they usually plan way ahead, they probably will postpone high ticket item purchase, which cars there are. That leaves us, the rest of us, with an ample opportunity with people who truly need to buy a car. Those are people who have uh, marginal credit, who really don't care what's happening in Washington, D.C., because they need transportation. And doesn't mean they're bad people. People who have marginal credit, there are many reasons. The major reason that I have seen is divorce. When people they go divorce, and I went through two of them, usually most of the money is given to the lawyers, and whatever wealth people accumulated somehow evaporate. At least that's what happened in my case. You know, I heard about amicable divorces. I have never seen it, but you know, it may be possible. Business get failed. People get sick. There are certain circumstances. People make bad investments, not because they're stupid, is because they just made a bad investment. Crap happens. And I think when you have the market of people who have excellent and good credit right now is waiting for certain external situations to work themselves out, be that in Washington, D.C. or Santa Ana's will stop blowing. Well, in this particular case, and then they'll start buying again, we have ample opportunity to for the projects. And people that have marginal credit, they are projects because approval don't happen very quickly. Hi, Jason. Hi, Eddie. Welcome to my live stream. Um, Let me tell you what I have to offer. Nissan Sentra right now has ample. I have plenty of 2019s, S's and SVs. Uh, Nissan, in its being very generous, have given dealerships a quite a bit of a dealer cash, so we can sell those cars below dealer invoice cost, which if you follow the special finance business, makes for banks easier to approve. People don't need as much equity to get approved. Whereas on the used car, they approve 50, 70, 80% of the Blue Book value, which the rest of it, the profit and tax and license, will have to be made up in down payment. In case of a Sentra, because it has some rebates and because of the dealer cash, we can sell it way below invoice cost. We may not need any money from the customer. This is my name and number. Uh, I am concentrating for the next few days or a week on people with marginal credit. Now, many questions come up. How can people finance? Can people be financed that don't have social security number? The answer is yes, they can be. I'm not going to go into details, but there's at least one bank I'm aware of that would do it. Can people in open bankruptcy, Chapter 7 or even Chapter 11, finance a car? I have done both. I have done both. Can a person with bad credit be financed out of state? Absolutely. And you know what? I will ship the car out of state as well. That would be perfect. Can somebody who doesn't have a driver's license finance and buy a car. As far as I know, I'm not a lawyer, but as far as I know, there is no legal requirement for a person to have a driver's license to buy a car, and we do it routinely. Can somebody be financed who doesn't have a proof of income? Absolutely. In many situations, banks would waive that. This is my name and number. If you have somebody that fits that description, who scores in low 600, 500s, 400s, I don't care, no score at all, please run and buy me. Please run and buy me. This is the time when you have, the situation in our country, especially our state, because of the fires, that people are a little bit depressed. They're not feeling that confident. Um, people with good credit are the first ones to react. Remember, that's a rule of thumb. When the stock market goes down, this is the time to buy, not to sell. This is not the time to get out. This is the time to buy because it'll go up. Just like with our car business. Right now, our stock is down because people are genuinely worried about what's going on in Washington, D.C., one way or the other. And people don't like the fires. And they don't like the fact that their electricity is cut off. Well, the dealerships right now, my management, people who sign my paycheck, authorized me to drop the prices to the absolute ridiculous. So this is my name and number. Please call me. And ladies and gents, let's just watch. A little bit more of that. Of that UFC tape again. This is from YouTube, top 20 knockouts in UFC history. And I'll tell you something. To me, every time I feel a little bit down, every time I think, well, you know what, I'm not going to make an extra phone call. I am not going to go an extra yard to get somebody approved. I'm not going to order the car for somebody. I'm not going to do this. You know what? I'll look at that screen. I say, son of a bitch. Look at those guys. They overcome, first of all, they overcome themselves. And I'm going to repeat myself. We're not fighting against our customers. We are, first of all, fighting against ourselves and against the inertia and unpredictability of everything else. And that's, you see this guy dancing? I don't remember his name. This is how I feel when I make a sale. Of course, I make money too. But that's not the only reason why I am in the sales business. Is because the adrenaline rush you get when you put all the moving parts together. And you may look at that. And you make a deal. This is an absolutely unbelievable feeling. Absolutely unbelievable feeling. Uh, Ray, thank you for joining me. Hi, Louis. Hi, Christopher. Thank you for joining my live stream. Anyways, guys, I do need to get back to work. Yeah, the poor guy is totally knocked out. Look at that. This is, let's see, show him dance again. This is how you're supposed to feel the acceleration after you make a sale. Look at that kick. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.